Dear Diary, so today I will be continuing my little adventure of Perfume and its flanker, and today I would like to talk about, as you can see, it's Lolita Lempicka. So this is an old release. It's not something latest. It's not something latest or up to date, but you know what? The smell is very, very peculiar, special, and to a point it is almost niche-like to my nose. But this one, this Lolita Lempicka, this is like a... My dog is barking again. This is like an old friend that I've known for like the longest time, and this old friend knows me very well too, and this old friend never judges me. I can wear it like before going to bed, or I can wear it when I'm doing house chores around the house, or I can wear it when I want to feel, really comfy. It's a very private scent, It's not something to impress other people. It's rather more like something for myself to make me feel good. So this is famous for its licorice note. There is no need to talk about the licorice note, and together with the licorice you get the violet. That is very obvious here, the violet in here. And the note breakdown would be iris, ivy, and star anise in the top. I would say that what I get out of these three, the iris, ivy, and star anise, I get the star anise the most, like a blast of it in my face. It is licoricey, but I know that it's spicy in a way that because star anise is something that we always use in our cooking. And yes, it's really familiar, but it doesn't stay that long because it soon becomes a little bit sweeter, in my opinion, because it slowly begins to grow into the middle note, which include violet, amaryllis, licorice, orris, and also the cherry. You know what? As it dries down a little bit more, the star anise note is here, but it's not that spicy, fresh star anise. So when you smell star anise raw, you get that kick, that kind of sharp edge, right? But then the star anise slowly develops into the really deep, almost earthy kind of licorice note, and I don't know why the licorice note in here gives me the impression of like a damp wood. There is a certain dampness in here, like the earth is, if you take this, after the rain, if you go walk, and it's not a really heavy rain, it's just something like a drizzle, and the soil will be like moist. Yes, it has that moist soil character to my nose, and yes, it definitely has it. It's very obvious to my nose. And together with a moist soil kind of character that the licorice note gives to me, I also get, it gets more and more prominent, the violet, the almost candid violet undercurrent in the middle notes, in the middle stage of this fragrance. I really enjoy this one, and I think the orris plays some part in this fragrance, making it giving it a texture like a buttery texture, but not too buttery or creamy. This is not supposed to be anything creamy, and there is a tiny bit of tartness, like a fruitiness, that is from the cherry, but it's not in my face kind of cherry. It's like it's covered by the sweet but moist soil, earthy undertone, and together with the violet, the licorice, the moist texture, I get like a very warm tonka bean from here. A vanilla is also listed, vanilla, praline, musk, and also vetiver, and tonka bean are listed in the base notes, but to my nose, I don't think vanilla is not that sweet in here. Like, it's not a vanilla perfume, it's tonka bean. It makes the whole thing warms a temperature, and as it dries down some more, I still can get the earthiness. I suspect that it is really the vetiver in here that makes the whole thing quite earthy. So I get a star anise, I get the candied violet, the little tart sweet fruity from the cherry, I get the licorice, almost earthy, almost moist, and I get the vetiver, and I get the tonka. So this together is a very comforting scent. And flanker of it that I want to talk about in my diary is Mon Eau. This is a tester bottle without a cap, and it's very affordable. It's nothing expensive. I believe maybe it's missing, maybe because it's a tester bottle and also it's missing a cap. And okay, so Mon Eau. I checked on the internet. Mon Eau means my water, my cologne. It's something like a watery maybe. So I guess that justifies the fragrance composition. I would definitely say that Mon Eau is actually like a 10-year-old innocent childlike girl wearing a pink, watery pink dress. And now let's look at this, because this really reminds me of like an innocent child. Okay, so Mon Eau has a top note of raspberry, blackberry. Actually, it's not really that berry-ish, I would say. It's more onto the zestiness of the lemon, of the lime, and also the what do you call that, the mandarin. Yes, it's very zesty in the beginning, but it's not like in your face orangey zestiness or lemony zestiness. It's like a mixture of all this. When you just squeeze it, and when you just squeeze all this zest, citrusy fruit, and you would just get some kind of like, a burst of that citrusy note in the beginning. And also in the beginning, there is anise listed on the top note. So anise is something like a star anise, but it's more watery, it's not as heavy as star anise, it's lighter, and anise note is mixed together with a zestiness from the citrusy fruit. And as this dries down, this is not as dampened, as deep, as having as much weight as the Lolita Lempicka, because I don't think the licorice note is really that strong in Mon Eau, whereas the licorice note is really the character of Lolita Lempicka. So in Mon Eau, in the middle note, what I get here is really the violet. And the violet, although it's listed in the base, but it's already coming out in the middle, I would feel like that. And it's iris, it's jasmine, it's chamomile. I would say that iris, maybe a little bit of iris, just a tiny little bit, which makes it a little bit powdery. Jasmine, maybe the freshness. Chamomile, I don't think so. I don't really get chamomile in here, but I get a little bit of fruitiness, but it's not really that obvious, like, oh, I know it's the grapefruit. No, I think the fruitiness is contributed somehow by the grape. It's like a grape violet candy, in the dry down. And it's not as heavy as Lolita Lempicka EDP, because there's a fresh, almost watery like tone, almost like it's like a clear running stream kind of sensation. I believe that will be contributed by the water lily. It's just very, like waking up in a very dewy morning, like an innocent child like character, personnel here in this Mon Eau. And rose is also listed in the middle note, but it's not really that obvious, I would say. And in the base, you have the violet, the sandalwood, and musk. Is it sandalwood? Let me check again. It's sandalwood, but funnily enough, it's not really as woody as the Lolita Lempicka. It's really like a watery version of Lolita Lempicka, lacking the moist, damp earthiness, lacking the depth lacking the fruitiness of the cherry. It's more like a younger version. This Mono is like a young girl who has not experienced any painful experience. Yes, this is a young girl who has yet to be exposed to the challenges and obstacles in life. This is like a fairy tale kind. But this Lolita Lempicka is a woman who has undergone some challenges and obstacles in life, but still succeeds to retain her innocence, and also her what do you call that? Her belief in the good in people. Sometimes I thought that Mono has very weak longevity, but you know what? I sprayed it once at night, and the next morning, 5 o'clock, I wake up and I walk my dog. I could still smell it. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's because I don't move much at night when I sleep, which is why the perfume still retains. I am not sure, but yeah, as this still dries down, it comes back to its originality. It comes back to the roots of this of the Lolita Lempicka DNA. If you are peeping into my diary, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe. Please leave a comment down below if you have tried Mono. See ya, bye bye.